Hi, hello and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. We are playing with the paladin today. I kind of gave some mixed messages at the end of the last episode about what character we were exactly gonna play, but I think the paladin is gonna be it. We need to get him to prestige level 60. And I'm thinking, like, what do we do now? Do we just continue playing on the hardest curse difficulty? I think we're gonna tone it down maybe like a little bit, you know? Let's go for curse 5. That will still give us a whole bunch of extra prestige levels, but it will hopefully be a bit calmer. And we will have to maybe do like 2, possibly 3 runs to get this paladin up to level 60. And then after that we can really start going for the speedrun achievements. We are playing with the upgraded weapon. I'm not sure whether that's the exact right choice, but I didn't really look at the stats beforehand, because I just wanted to get straight into the recording session. Sometimes you have those days where you feel like your mind is sound and your voice is doing a-okay, and you feel like just like, yeah, commentary is gonna work out, gameplay is gonna work out, it's a good day for recording. Today is not such a day. No, I'm actually, like, I'm okay. I don't feel crazy satisfied with the way the previous Noita video I just recorded went, and I don't feel dissatisfied with it either, you know? It's okay, it's calm, it's cool, it's nice. It's of good enough quality to feel safe enough to upload it. Safe. Weird way of mentioning it. Beacon of Light is what we did last time. No, we're gonna go for Subdue. I think I really have to get into the habit of getting some early damaging spells, because, well, this doesn't do any damage at all because it needs like blood and hemorrhage stacks. But either way, the other aura thing would have been even slower. At least this makes them a bit more susceptible to damage from my other attacks than following, and that hopefully also stacks. It's gonna take a while, but once we get those first elites down, I'm sure that we will be a-okay. Already took the poisonous right there, even though the area upgrade would have been nice as well, but I need some early damage to get through here, and poison also does some damage if you didn't know. I don't think we really need this. I think some movement speed is gonna be a-okay, it's gonna be helpful. Let's circle back. Exorcism. Sure, why not? Should have definitely taken Light Beam, but we have never seen Exorcism, and I want to give new abilities a try if possible. It seems to have a very, very long recharge time because it heals. That's crazy. I didn't know about that, so there's just an ability that heals you. Alright, well, that might be helpful from a defensive standpoint, not really from an offensive standpoint, of course, but let's go for Titan's Cleaver for now. Some more area upgrades. Some more critical damage upgrades, and what we're really looking for is, of course, Flurry, because that helps us apply a whole bunch of negative effects in quick succession, which is what our builds have all been about lately. How do I feel about the general channel? Because I just talked about how I felt about the Noita episode I recorded this morning, but about the general channel, yeah, I feel like we're in quite a good place. We're almost at 200 subscribers, but I think it's only gonna start climbing back up again once I actually get into like a new series, because starting a new series on your channel always brings in a lot of new people, but then they fall off immediately. I noticed it now when I was uploading like a lot of Noita content lately. In the middle of the week when the first episode came out, the successive episodes after that in that same week got a lot of traction, a lot of views. We need movement speed, by the way. But now that the week is over and that we're in the next week, the video has kind of fallen off already. It seems like people have already stopped watching. They were like, alright, 1 week, yeah, Noita, that's cool. But then all of a sudden, they noticed like, hey, this guy doesn't upload every day. He only uploads in weekdays. And of course, people don't necessarily have to stick around for that. They don't have to be patient, because there are so many other channels out there that do actually upload every single day. So why should they wait around for me? Unless they just like my personality. But after watching just one video, you can't really be sure about that, I think. It's a vicious cycle. It's not a vicious cycle at all. That just sounds like something smart to say. But yeah, what can I say? I work a job. I'm a clinical psychologist full-time. I don't have time to upload daily videos. And then again, I am uploading daily videos. It's just daily Soulstone Survivors videos. And the other videos, the WoW, the Noita, the what you call it, whatever you want, they get uploaded more sporadically, of course. But I have to like put up a boundary somewhere of where I invest time in my passion projects and time in my actual job, because it's not like once you get home from your job you can just lay it by the wayside. No, I still need to read a bunch, I still need to write a bunch of reports on the sessions, but like reading about other disorders that I don't have experience with, reading about therapy and therapeutic alliance and therapeutic mechanics and therapy techniques, all things that I need to read after work. And I can't really do it during work because I'm an independent clinical psychologist, so I only get paid for the actual contact with clients I have, if that makes any sense. I think it does though. Don't really like any of these. Flurry, welcome. Welcome, my good sir. I have missed you. Now we can start cooking. Whereas some other people that work in like a clinical practice, in terms of they just get paid for being there for the hours they do, they can sometimes read on the job and even get paid for it. And that's of course something I miss. I definitely miss that a lot, because that is a part of the job I really enjoy, reading and learning, and maybe teaching it then to other people at your job as well. But that's something that now has to happen voluntarily. That's why in a couple of weeks, or in just 1 week on Wednesday, I am gonna give a little session to my colleagues about worrying and about how to deal with worrying, based on the book I read, based on my YouTube series really. Made a nice little Dutch PowerPoint for them to follow along, and I'm looking forward to it. I've always enjoyed teaching a little bit. Just like, yeah, I guess you can kind of see it in the fact that we have so many magnetic upgrades, in the fact that I have this YouTube channel where I also try to teach a bunch. I try to explain a lot of things, explain my thought process as well, which is something I'm not obliged to do, but I just want to do so you guys can realize how the inside of my mind works. That is teaching in and of itself, but also about like specific psychology concepts. For example, I remember my video on whether elderly people still can find meaning in their life, and how we as caregivers can tailor to this need for meaning still. And that was one of my favorite videos to make, because it really felt like I was teaching a class for a second. Light beam, is that holy? It sure is, so we definitely want that. I think I'm gonna get rid of subdue, to be honest, because I feel like because of the holy upgrades we got, it's already level 6. You feel me? So it's already dealing a lot of damage right from the get-go. So more poison, that was only our second one, so we're looking for 2 more of those types of upgrades, and then we will really be in the money. Ooh, yeah. Very welcome. Area effect on the legendary, of the legendary variety for all the magical skills. It's gonna be perfect. What do I think will happen with the channel in 2023? I think it's probably gonna continue as it is. Just me creating a whole bunch of gameplay videos in... Oh, let's go for even more magnetic now that we're at it. Gameplay videos in all types of games. Keeping my commentary being the central focus, in a sense, therefore making the gameplay kind of not redundant, but not the most important part of the video, which means that I am actually just free to do whatever I want with it. Not the cost. And also keeping in touch with the psychology side of things, and therefore also including a whole bunch of those types of videos. And just videos on random articles, random things I find interesting. What else? What's new? Maybe a bit more of the music production vibes that have been uploaded lately already. Maybe even some videos on the process of creating a little song, a little sound snippet. I wouldn't call them fully fledged songs yet, because they are most of the time like really just short audio clips of a general idea, a general feeling, you know, a general vibe is being conveyed already, but that doesn't mean that they are fully fledged songs yet. No. Not the case at all. I think we have so many magnetic upgrades that these gems don't actually do anything for us anymore, because wherever an experience orb gets dropped, I think we just pick it up automatically. We also have a whole lot of defensive upgrades, but in the meantime we are still also very much doing a lot of damage. So all in all, in short, this build is just popping off. I definitely also want to include a bit more collabs again with my buddy Kroger, but maybe even with other people. I really should contact my buddy Berglucht as well to get back into the podcast, because it just died down again without really a specific reason. And I would love to kind of include a bit more vlog type in real life content, if you will, because I think that really attracts a lot of viewers, because it's most of the time interesting things to watch. I can't, of course, really film all that much at my work. It's not that I can be like, hey, you want to talk about all your secrets and all your problems in life on camera for strangers on the internet to see? A bunch of people probably wouldn't like that. But then again, it's something I am gonna have to do when I start my therapy education next year, hopefully. Maybe I'll even make a video about the application process and what I write about myself to try and get in. Maybe I combine the real life videos with the book videos and I just film myself reading in other places and then kind of overlay some voice on that about the book I am reading. All possibilities. The world is my oyster and the limitation is my imagination. Well, to be honest, the limitation is kind of that I don't have a dedicated camera, which I can record a little bit with my phone, but it's not the best. I love Android phones to the death, don't get me wrong. I really don't know how to work Apple phones, like iPhones. I don't know how to interact with them. I don't know how to use them, but I can't deny that they do a boss-ass job. They really do a swell job of creating awesome cameras. The quality on some of the pictures or the video that they record, whoa, that shit is suave. You know what I'm saying? Just very, very enjoyable to... yeah, sure. Very enjoyable to, of course, use an Apple phone, I think, for recording. But for me, my Android phone sometimes kind of shits the bed a little bit. And also, it's... I don't really know whether I would find it awkward to record in public. I think I'm quite okay with it. A couple of years ago, young Onkruid, which is also my rap name coincidentally, would have disliked that very much. He would have really found that to be an atrocious practice to record in public, to kind of record your voice as well, so to speak in public into a microphone or even just into your cell phone, into a camera. But I don't think I would really mind it by now. I think my social anxiety has really diminished a lot over the years. I am a lot more open. I am a lot more, how should I say? I'm a lot less caring. I can let go a lot more of what other people think about me and what they potentially have to say about me when they see me just randomly talking to myself. I don't care. I'm just doing my thing. And that is because making YouTube videos is a really valuable action for me. It is in line with my values and with what I find the most important in life. With what I find the most important in life. And therefore, I don't care what other people think about it at all. Because I am just doing things that I really, really want to do. And that I know will give me an immense amount of satisfaction, of gratification, of just feelings of being... or of doing what I want to do. Man, we really underestimated the paladin. This exorcism ability that heals us is a game changer. I think that could have made every single run so much easier, especially if you invest in some multicast and stuff where you just have double healing waves. I feel like you can't die if you play it a bit more carefully. And if you also pick a lot more movement speed upgrades, because that is still like the bad part about this run. We are still moving quite slowly. And we're not dealing the most damage, or at least not immediately, but we do have enough engines to apply a whole bunch of negative effects in quick succession, which is exactly what we are focusing on. So actually this build is a-okay. I also still have some suggestions that I still need to account for, or that I still need to do. One of my most loyal viewers that has been here from the start has requested me to play like a 4x strategy games already months ago, I think. And I really, really should get into that. Play some Warhammer or something maybe. But it's just something that seems so daunting. It seems like it's a huge time investment, right? Because the game seems so complex. But I should really just give it a try. Because what I just did there was very, worry about what if it's too complex, what if the episodes are not enjoyable to watch. No, action. And the action here is I'm avoiding just trying it out. So the action is try it out. Look at me practicing what I preach. Something I have definitely noticed, that I do practice what I preach in general, because I also, well, I don't care, I also give people a lot of advice like, hey, do those valuable activities and try to eat a bit more healthy, try to have healthy sleep habits, try to move a lot. It's valuable advice, also advice given by the author of the book Away from Worrying. It's grandmother's advice, that's what I call it, and it's one of the best advices you can give in terms of psychological counseling. That grandmother's advice that we all know to be true, like we know movement, food, sleep are all very important, but those are definitely things that I also practice in my day-to-day life myself. So that's exactly why I love my life so much lately. Do we have the option to go endless? Yeah, we do. Do we want to go endless for a second? I think going endless will give us a bit more prestige points, but let's not turn this into an half-an-hour video. This is what I say right now, and watch this become an half-an-hour long video. But yeah, I practice what I preach. I tell people to plan breaks, to go outside, go for walks, and it's exactly what I do. I meet with a lot of friends, or try to do so at least. I keep in touch with a lot of friends, or try to do so at least. And I am also very mild, which you can already hear in the way I'm talking about it, I hope so. I tell myself immediately, at least it's what I'm trying to do, you know? So if it doesn't always work out, we definitely shouldn't take any more touch of ISIS. If it doesn't always work out, that's a-okay. I'm just doing my best, and I know that everybody around me is also doing their best, or just keeping in touch with each other. One thing that has been a bit on the back burner for me, and that I should definitely get back into a bit more consistently, is running. Running is such a passion of me as well. It's something I get so much gratification from, and it's also very healthy. It's very healthy for both my mental and physical health. That is just scientifically proven. But I keep not really figuring out excuses not to go running even, but just it doesn't even come up in my mind anymore. If I would have to give you one excuse, and this might sound like I'm just shifting the blame over to you guys, which is definitely true, you guys are the reason I'm not going running anymore, but it's because I feel so much of my free time already with other things that I find enjoyable and valuable, like, for example, going or recording, or reading, or writing scripts for videos, or looking up new interesting topics for videos, or editing. I already fill up a lot of my time with that, because the backlog right now in the YouTube channel is a bit crazy. And it's very beneficial for me, because it means that I can stay calm and collected and just record some more whenever I feel like it. I'm not on a deadline. But it also means that I have less and less time to go for runs and stuff. In the weekend, I try to go out for exercise still, because I try to go paddling with the boys, maybe play a little bit of squash, even though that has been months, because we have just been paddling all that often. But then again, also, that's already been a weekend or two ago as well, so I should remember to practice sports. Not that I'm not moving. Last weekend I went for a nice walk with the family even, actually, and afterwards we ate a nice cheese board together. It was an enjoyable experience, and it was even more enjoyable because of the context, because we actually met in the first place to discuss some of the details of the weekend we are spending in a very beautiful area of my country of Belgium, in the Ardennen. I don't necessarily know the English words from the top of the dome, but either way, just think of like a giant area where nature is kind of the central appeal, and all types of nature. A lot of water bodies, a lot of forests, a lot of fields, just beautiful nature in general. And we have the habit of going on weekends there with the family, and that's exactly what we were discussing that day, so it was just a very nice occasion. I also saw my godfather again, whom I don't get to see all that often. He gave me a nice little gift, some beautiful little Saint Bernardus or Saint Bernard beers, a heavy beer, and a glass was included in the package as well. When in doubt, always a great gift. Not that I'm a heavy drinker or anything, but I can enjoy an alcoholic beverage, that's for sure. I have been making sure lately that I just, even in occasions where a bunch of other people are drinking a lot, I most of the time only drink like one alcoholic beverage. And most of the time it will be like a glass of sparkling wine when the reception, the party is kind of started. Or it could, for example, also be a glass of red wine. Whoa, a good glass of red wine, that can definitely hit the spot. And I drink only one of them, and then I switch over to other things like just sodas or maybe even water. I drink only one of them purely because of the taste, purely because I just absolutely enjoy a glass of a nice red wine. It also makes you feel a bit pompous, you know, a bit like a snob. White wine is like, all right, yeah, party drink, summer. Red wine is like, Harold, could you fetch me another hot towel, please? You know, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm getting at, fam? I definitely transformed into a red wine drinker more lately though. Normally I would enjoy the occasional glass of red wine with like a dinner that includes fish or pasta, because that's where red wine really shines. But now it's just whenever we are in a family gathering and they ask, hey, what do you want to drink? I'm always like, oh, I would love to go for a little glass of red wine. It's a classy drink and it's a delicious drink. And what more do you need in life? If I would go out again in the near future, I don't have anything planned yet, but if those types of things come up, I would not necessarily just limit myself to one alcoholic beverage. I would go for a couple, but I definitely, I've talked about this ad nauseum already in my YouTube videos. I know my limits, and I don't even go up to my limits most of the time. I stay well below them, because it's just never worth the feelings you have the next day if you really get drunk. Hangovers, really, no, not for me. I don't enjoy that at all, and it's never worth the additional pleasure you might achieve by drinking yourself to death in the evening. Nobody should drink themselves to death, but by drinking more in the evening. Not for me. Nope. No, thank you. Thank you very much, but no. So more movement speed even. Our damage really has gone through the roof all of a sudden. Look at that million damage marker just stacking up and up and up. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Making quick work of all the lords here in the endless mode. I think we have more of a lord killing build than an ad killing build, but let's stay in the corner maybe a little bit, and hopefully that will speed up the process a little bit. I think after this endless wave I might retire this video. I don't know if that's going to be enough to achieve prestige level 60 though, but I don't want the video to be too long. Or well, I'll see. I'll see how quickly it goes and how I feel at the end of this wave. If we reach the end of this wave, that is. But I think we will, because I think even when we get hit, we only take like very little amounts of damage. Ignorable amounts of damage. Laughable amounts of damage. Little multicast in there, never hurt nobody. Do you guys have any plans for 2023? A lot of people have like these things like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna quit smoking and I'm gonna... Those are like the cliche things, but do you have any SMART goals, for example? Do you have any specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound goals? Like, by March of 2023, I want to have run 100 kilometers, for example, things like that. Because those are the types of goals that really get you going. And those are the types of goals that you should set if you want to set goals. SMART goals. And that's why my goal is to have 500 subscribers, which is, I think, specific enough. It's measurable because there's a subscriber count on every single YouTube channel. It's achievable, I think. Maybe it's a bit optimistic for me, but I think if I keep my spirits and hopes up high, I keep consistently uploading and I keep creating new series all the time, maybe introducing even a bit more variety in form of shorter series, retiring the Noita series after a while already, for example. I think I can actually reach it. It's realistic. SMAR, and then T, it's time bound, because I want to reach that goal before the 1st of January next year. And additionally, it's also even more achievable because growth on YouTube is of course exponential. So once the channel takes off, it keeps on flying, you know? It keeps on taking off. Has it taken off now? No, I don't think so. We got like 10 new subscribers from when I started the Noita series. But I think what I definitely should invest more time into if I really want to get into the rapid growth business is uploading more shorts. Shorts really get you a lot of views, and even if from the 500 people that watch it, even 2 people subscribe, it's definitely worth the effort, because they are of course also very short videos, hence the name shorts, duh. And most of the time when I create shorts, it's just snipping out a part out of another video that I already edited completely. So therefore I really should just pay attention to when I can turn a funny moment or a piece of commentary into a short and do that more often. Because there's nothing to lose. Alright, maybe your short is not interesting enough and nobody watches it. Okay. Like, what does that matter? Nothing. Nothing is the answer. You still tried. You created something. It's up there. Maybe in the future somebody will still watch it. And even then, what does it matter? At least you tried it. At least you created it. It's just there. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't get any views. Vicious strikes a bit too late to the party. It doesn't matter that I upload a video that only gets 0 views, or that I upload 10 of them that get 0 views. If I then upload one that gets picked up by the algorithm and it gets 1,000 views, then I will be very happy. I'm always very happy when I upload videos, whatever the amount of views I get are, but you get the main gist of what I'm talking about, I think. What do you guys think? Do you think that with just finishing this wave we will have enough prestige points to achieve level 60 already? I don't know, but then again, it doesn't matter, because we still have like 40 episodes to go in this game. So why should I be worried about whether this run is already achieving what I want to achieve? My specific goal is to reach 100 episodes. It's measurable because you can look in the playlist and in my uploads. It's achievable, it's realistic, and it's time-bound because, well, is it kind of time-bound? I guess you could kind of look at really all the days I will still upload upon, like 5 episodes a week, and we still have like 40 to go, so that is still about 8 weeks. So I guess in 2 months, a little bit like that, I should kind of be finished if I keep on the consistency that I am keeping on now rather, which should not be a problem at all. Don't dash into the Lord's attacks all too often, please. I mean, I know we still have a revive and it doesn't actually matter whether we die here or not, but I would rather not. Are we gonna go down one more floor? No, I think half an hour is just long enough, you know. I think we could definitely go deeper and a lot deeper, but reach level 50 and level 60. Yes, it was enough. Oh, we were already 39. It's beautiful. It was kind of close, but not really all that close. And then there we go. All characters at least prestige level 60, and now we can really just start freely roaming the realm of possibilities. Although now we really do have to go for the achievements that specify achieve a quick victory. That's what we're gonna do next episode, this time for real. Beastmaster, less than 12 minutes. Hope to see you in that next one. Bye bye.